and welcome to Caravan Escapades. Hope everybody's keeping safe and well. Well, we're away for the Easter weekend and it's the first time out in the new caravan, so we're really looking forward to that. In fact, we've been there last night, or we were in the caravan last night. We are down at, let me get this right, it's called Orchard Meadow CL near Cirencester, Caravan and Motorhome Club CL. They've actually got two CLs. One is for families and pets, which is just a straightforward grassed field, and the other one, which is the other side of the farmhouse, has hard standing and is for adults only, but it's a really nice site. It's a really nice pitch. It is a little bit wet and boggy, which is a bit of a pain. And what we've also got, it's fully serviced, so as you can see up here, we've got fully serviced. So we got the water, the electric, and we've been told to actually just let the grey water go into the hedgerow towards the trees. So we're all hooked up. £26 a night. You know, I think everything's going up anyway. But yeah, we're here. The wind's blowing a bit. Try and not get that wind noise in. And we didn't put the awning up until this morning. So I've got the awning up now. It's awfully wet and boggy. It just, I don't know, the weather, it just seems to be rains, sunshines, rains, sunshines. You can see sun's out now, but there's some black clouds out, but beautiful blue sky over there. Over this way, all grey and overcast. It is what it is. Anyway, so we're not too far away from Cirencester. The next village, and I probably pronounced this wrong, is Bibury, something like that. Apparently it's the most photographed village in the UK. Nothing there apart from some really picturesque houses and scenery, that sort of stuff. Walking distance, so we might walk down there, but I think we're going to head off into Cirencester first, do a bit of exploring and get some shopping in. So we shall come back to you in a bit. Well, we've just come down to, where is this, Claire? Cirencester. Yeah. Cirencester, so we've come down to Cirencester. Never been here before. Quite busy. I guess the town centre seems to be over that way, doesn't it? Come on, please. Quite busy, just watch out for traffic. We'll have a wander around. The car park, so we have to wait around a little bit for a parking space. I guess it is Easter weekend as well, so it's Good Friday today, so maybe people are coming here for the Easter break. So it looks like it's market day over here in Cirencester. High Street's back there and along here. It's quite a long high street, a mix of various different shops, from charity shops and Allbrook's Tablet. That's where I get my shirts from. So there's my shirt. There's my shirt, one of my shirt shops there. So yeah. So wandering around, it's pleasant enough, but maybe not quite what I thought. Majority of the shops seems to be coffee shops, pet shops, charity shops and bookies. But we've just come across this little lane here, so we're going to have a wander down and look for somewhere where we can get a cuppa. So I'm just sat in a cafe here in Cirencester. I think it's called Keith's, but Claire and Dawson may have nipped to the loo. So I'm just kind of randomly thinking, well, not randomly, but contemplating the new caravan and how much we enjoy it. It's been great, but we're also having a few little niggling issues with it. I'm not too worried because it's nothing that MG won't be able to sort out, and there's a few bits that we need still to have done to the caravan anyway, and it's going back to MG in about 3 weeks' time. But is this what we have to expect of the caravan industry? You know, things that are just going wrong. I don't know, what are your thoughts? Really pleased with it though, really pleased with it, and really excited to be away with it. I guess sometimes it just takes a shine off a little bit when these little things happen. These are things that MG wouldn't have foreseen anyway, so I know and I have every confidence that they will put it right. No issues there whatsoever. Anyway, I'll get back to my cappuccino. I think one of the things I've noticed is Cirencester seems to be made up of lots of random little alleyways that lead on to other shops and that sort of thing. See, here's another one behind me. So we've just popped into MS Foods behind us. It was my birthday yesterday, but with travelling and getting there we weren't able to have a birthday tea, so we decided to go to MS Foods and get one of these box meals. So we got a box curry meal, bought a few extra bits, and we're going to take that back to the caravan and have that later on. Randomly, now we've come back an hour and a half later, there's loads of spaces in the car park. Oh dear, wasn't expecting this when we got back to the caravan. Looks like we've got a puncture. I know what I'm going to be doing. Well, this is proving frustrating. I've got the bladder out, blown it up, and it seems to be holding air. So, yeah, where can the random hole be? I've gone all the way along it. The only thing I haven't done is sprayed it with soapy water, but I don't think I've got anything here with me to spray with soapy water. Or was it literally the valve wasn't uptight? But I'm sure I tightened it up. Could have been that, I guess. Well, I've just spent about an hour trying to find a leak. Can't find one. I've got the bladder out. I've checked it, I've pumped it, I've let it up, I've let it down, left the air in it, not going down. Whether I've fixed it or not, I don't know. I do have a repair kit here with us. I hope it's not that. It could just have been, you know, this valve here, whether I had that screwed in properly. I don't know. I thought I'd check that. Maybe I didn't, maybe I did. But it's up, it's solid at the minute. Let's see how long it lasts. Ooh. Birthday curry in the caravan, you can't beat it. We got, there we go. So it's my birthday yesterday, but travelling down, we didn't have much chance to have anything to eat. We just had a quick few sandwiches on the way. But we've been out today.
Car picnic.
All right, we had a car picnic. Sorry, Claire. But yeah, birthday curry in the caravan. We're just doing the naan breads and the onion bhaji. So we're all going to settle down to a curry. Good morning. So that was our second night in the caravan, and another enjoyable one it was. I think I'm kind of getting used to sleeping a different way. I only got up once in the night. It's quite comfortable with that sort of stuff, but I must admit I was expecting to get up and find the awning flattened down. Now it did still leak. In fact, let me check how. Yeah, it's not bad. I did pump it up I pumped it up this morning. So I pumped it up at about 8 o'clock last night, and I must admit, when I got up this morning, I expected it to be, you know, literally at the side of the caravan, but it wasn't. But it was soft and started to sag. So there's definitely a leak somewhere. About, I think, 7 o'clock this morning, I gave it a pump up. It's about 9:30 now. So yeah, it's better. But it's not perfect, so there still is a leak, and I wonder if it is on that valve and whether it's just not tight enough. You know, the one that screws in where you pump it up? I'm wondering if there's a little O-ring or something dropped out of there, something along those lines. Anyway, we're going to go off to Bourton in the water today. As you can see, it's a cracking day today. Blue skies. This is what Easter weekend should be all about. But we're going to go off to Bourton in water today. I might film a little bit, but probably not much, because I only put that vlog out a couple of weeks ago of our trip to Bourton in the water a few years ago. I'm going to give you a tour of the site probably later on. Well, we just parked up in Bourton on the water. It's 10 o'clock, and to be fair, for an Easter weekend, it's not that busy. There's still plenty of parking spaces here. We did drive through the town though, and it does look very, very busy in the town. I bet come 11, 12 o'clock this car park will be full. So we've just stopped by for some breakfast at Larrienne. Larrienne in Bourton on the water. To be fair, we walked past it because it didn't look very busy, that sort of stuff, but actually it's been really nice. It's all home products, home cooked products, isn't it? I mean, everything's homemade. Bread, okay, the sausages and the bacon aren't homemade, but yeah, it's really, really nice. Sausage patties homemade, baked beans all homemade, but yeah, we've had a really, really nice meal. There's a little area at the back. So if you're ever in Bourton on the water, come by to Larrienne. So that's it, Larrienne, where we just had breakfast. So one of the things that we promised Darcy May we'd do while we were here is come to the Bourton on the Water Motor Museum, which is the home of Brum. She's been on about him for weeks, going to see Brum, which is just one little car in this whole motor museum that we have to go in and around. Anyway, we're going to head in on inside. So we're in the motor museum, and I have to say that was a bit of a bargain. So I normally ask for a defence discount because obviously I'm ex-veteran and see if we can help, but I'm also a CSMA member, or Boundless, with Civil Service Motoring Organisation. I said I'm a CSMA member and we've got in free, so that's all three of us in free. So if you do come this way and you do have those sorts of memberships, definitely worth checking out. So we all like our modern day caravanning, but look at this for retro caravanning. I don't think anybody's slept in it for quite a while, but wow. Look at this. Even got a full-on log burner in there. So here's another one, but slightly smaller. Really was a different era of caravanning. And the main reason for us coming to the Motor Museum in Bourton on the Water, there he is, good old Brum. So what about this thing for a Land Rover camper? That's a bit different. It's an old series. Bit cramped, but I'm sure it'll get you everywhere.
What's the name? What's its name? Oh no, that's the last one. No, it's not. No, look. Stars. Yes, that's the last one.
So that was a pleasant short visit round the Cotswolds Motor Museum, and it was all for Darcy May really, just so she could go and see Brum. So we're going to go off and we're going to explore some more of Bourton Water, not that we've been here before. I don't know how far behind me you can see, but it definitely is a lot busier now. It's what, 11:45, lots and lots of traffic and people that way. Lots and lots of traffic and people this way. But what do you expect? It's Easter weekend, or it's bank holiday Easter weekend in the Cotswolds, in one of the most popular little towns here. So you can see what difference a couple of hours make. The car park is now absolutely rammed. People everywhere, big long queues to try and get in. We're just about to leave. So let's give you a quick whistle stop tour of the Orchard Meadow CL site here near Bibury. Lovely site, as you can see. In fact, you can't see. So this is the entrance to the site off the main road. It's been relatively quiet. We haven't heard much traffic at all. Here's the main site down there. Now, preceding days to getting here, there was a lot of rain. And we have to admit it has been a little boggy, which is a little unfortunate, but it's not been too bad. We've been trying to keep traffic movements down to a minimum. So that's the site basically. It's all fully serviced pitches, so you've got electric hookup, you've got water on the pitch, and the grey waste, what they ask is that you basically route it towards the hedgerow at the back and around the trees to water the trees. So normal stuff you get on a little site like this, just walking up here. So here's your normal L standpoint. There we go, where you empty and waste all your toilets. Over this way is the information shed. So they do have a little information shed here, not too bad at all. So go and take a look inside here. Go in the information shed, and you can see there's maps, walks, bus timetables, all those stuff to do, farm shops where you can get bottled gas. So it's quite a comprehensive, what would you call it? Quite a comprehensive, is that the lights? To turn on the lights? No. Quite a comprehensive information shed. The other thing that this site has, which is reasonably unusual for the CL sites, is actually, I don't know if you can see it up there. There we go. Up there is good quality Wi-Fi. They have really good quality Wi-Fi here. I think I explained to you that there's actually two CL sites here. That's the farmhouse. The far side of the farmhouse is a CL site with hard standing, but that is just for adults only. And this side is for families and pets. Oh, and you've got your normal recycling and all those sorts of things around here. Look, so your normal bins, recycling. So it is a nice site. So I'll just take a wander back to the caravan. It's been quite enjoyable. We've still got 2 nights. I don't know what we're saying. Still got 2 nights here. We're going to walk down to Bibury, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, which is apparently is one of the most photographed villages in the Cotswolds, or even in the UK. Don't want to drive down there. We've driven through and it's chaotic down there, but it is only a mile from the site, so should be a relatively steady walk down there. And if we just wander over this way, so here's our setup. There's the new van, going relatively well. A few teething problems, getting used to doing things different ways, but we are enjoying it. Do love the new caravan. Just a shame it's got so dirty. Anyway, we're going to take a wander down to Bibury after Claire has prepped the chicken for marinating, because we're going to have chicken wraps. I'm going to do those on a hot plate or something like that later on, but we'll probably see you down in Bibury. So we're just going to walk down into Bibury. There we are. It's probably approximately a mile from the campsite, so 10-15 minutes steady walk, that sort of thing. It's gradually downhill and then slightly uphill on the way back. So we've just walked down into Bibury. It's a bit chaotic down here, very busy, lots going on. Bibury gift shop over there, down there, ice creams, that sort of thing over there, and the very pleasant river just running down there. One thing that I find strange, and I've seen quite a bit of since we've driven through or walked through, is the amount of people that stand in people's gateways or in front of houses. I know they're quaint houses, but having their photographs taken. Is it any different than me wandering around with the camera talking to you now? But I don't know, I just find it a little bit strange, people standing in people's driveways and gateways and having their photographs taken in front of somebody else's house. So just behind me are the world famous Arlington cottages, or Arlington Row. Row of cottages. They're still owned by the National Trust, I think date back to the 17th century, and the National Trust rent them, so you can't go and visit them. People still live in them. Did I know about these? I'm not sure I did. I think I might have done, but this apparently is one of the most photographed streets in the UK. Appears on many Christmas cards and those sorts of things. So the world famous Arlington cottages. There's a better view up here, so you can see them from down there. Again, one of the things I can't really get my head around is that people that are standing right in the doorway, people live in these houses but holding on to the doors, trying the doors, having the photographs taken in the doors. I know it's very picturesque, and maybe I'm part of the problem as well with coming here and vlogging stuff. Maybe it's just me. I think it's just a bit about respect, that sort of thing. Again, there's an example just behind you there. Who knows? We're stood at the back of the cafe, which is just on the side of the road, at the side of the fish farm. So trout farm, sorry. So there's a trout farm here. Not most desperate to go in and have a look. And to be fair, I'm not going to bother. It's about £8.50 a head just to go and have a look around the fish farm. Might suit some people, but certainly not me. But have a look anyway, see what you think. It is very nice and picturesque, but is it worth that sort of money to wander around? I don't think so. Back in the caravan now after a lovely walk into Bibury. I've just got my chair out and I'm just chilling out in the sun. It's great. All I need now is a cup of tea. I said all I need now is a cup of tea. I don't know whether she's heard me or not. Probably better go and make one. Well, we've just come to Burford for the day. We're going to have, well, don't know whether the day, probably a couple of hours. We're going to have a wander around, we're going to look around. It's very quiet at the moment. It's Easter Sunday. It's about 10 o'clock or quarter to 10, something like that, but the clocks have gone forward, so technically it's only quarter to 9. I suspect it's going to be very, very different here in a bit. Just a tip, if you're ever this way, there is a car park off to the left hand side as you climb up the hill. Free car park. This is it here, quite a big car park, certainly worth checking out if you come to Burford. Burford High Street, you can hear the cars, that sort of stuff on an Easter Sunday morning. Still quite quiet, but I can guarantee in an hour or so it'll be absolutely. So literally just stopped at the Priory for some breakfast and a coffee. Really great service. These are the guys here that run this place. If you're in Burford, if you're in this way, stop by. Lovely breakfast, lovely coffee. Definitely a place to stop by. Thanks guys. So this is the Priory we've just been in. As I said, it was a lovely coffee, lovely breakfast, very nice environment. They've got a lovely patio garden outside and there's also some rooms if you wanted to stop by. So if you are in Burford, definitely worth stopping in for a drink. Here's a view from the top of Burford High Street. Certainly starting to get busier, but it is lovely around here. That's been a pleasant hour or so in Burford. We stopped off for something to eat, wandered up the hill, back down again, looked at the sites. There's not a lot open, there's a few bits open because it's Easter Sunday, but no, we've enjoyed that. We're either going to go back to the caravan or go off somewhere else. Last morning here in the Cotswolds, we've had a really great time so far. Before we finished packing up, we started packing up already, but we decided just to head into Bibury, to the Twig, which is just on the left hand side as you go down, and grab a coffee and some breakfast. We're all sorry, Claire's just shouted at me, she's getting good at hooking up. So Claire's hooked up the van, put all the legs up and everything else while I was doing the toilet. Anyway, that's the end of our first break away in the new caravan. First break in the new Swift Challenger exclusive Grande 670. We've had a great time. We've really enjoyed it, even though it's been a little bit muddy and wet at times. We're here at, let me get this right, Orchard Meadow CL near Bibury. I've been saying it wrong all the way through the vlog. Have we enjoyed the new caravan? Absolutely. Are we pleased we swap? Absolutely. Do we miss bits from the old caravan? Absolutely. You kind of get used to something, and we really do miss a few bits, but it's getting used to doing different things a different way in the new caravan. One thing Claire commented to me, it's so much quicker to pack up, particularly when we want to leave site, with having the fixed bed and the fixed bunks, as long as that's taking the beds down, all those sorts of things. But yeah, we've had a great one. What I'll do, after we've used the caravan for probably a couple more trips, I will give you a full review on the new caravan, primarily because I'm still getting used to using the systems, the Swift command. There's a few snags we found while we've been here, nothing major. We're going to let MG know about those. I've got to go back to MG in about 2.5 weeks time anyway, and I'm sure they should put all of those things right for me. Anyway, I'm going to jump in the car. We're going to try and get out of this site. It's a little bit tight to get out, but let's see how we get on. Back home now after a wonderful Easter weekend in the new caravan. First proper trip out in the new caravan. Getting home's been pretty straightforward. It was very tight though, I must admit, getting out of the site. Tight gate and then a narrow lane, so Claire was watching me, a little bit twitchy at times, but I guess as I get used to the extra width, not the extra length, anyway, I guess as I get used to the extra width, it'll become a little bit easier, but it is something I'm going to have to watch out for. Apart from that, towing back on the rest of the roads, the A roads, the motorways, was absolutely fine. Have noticed though that fuel economy on the Mercedes is a little less. I think I got 20.7 miles per gallon on the way back. Bigger caravan, probably got less stuff in it though. Weight wise probably a little bit heavier, but I guess it is what it is. So the other thing that really disappointed, we've not had it paint sealed direct yet, and the caravan is absolutely filthy. Thankfully I've got the front cover on, so I'm going to clean the front cover before I take it off and then give the rest of the caravan a quick clean. We're taking it to get the paint sealed direct ceramic coating, sorry, not silicone coating, ceramic coating put on in a couple of weeks time, and I am going to record a separate vlog on that if that's something you're interested in. But I think the back of the caravan's got quite dirty as well. Yeah, pretty filthy really, but road dirt, it is what it is. I couldn't leave it dirty, or we couldn't leave it dirty, so yeah, we've given it a clean, and we thought we've cleaned it inside and out, we might as well bring it back to storage. So that's what we've done. We brought it back to storage and tucked it away now, so it will remain here for about another 2 weeks until we take it to get the paint seal direct done. Anyway, I think that's enough for this one. So I have to say the first trip out in the new caravan has been a complete and utter success. There is one or two things we need to change about the way we do things and some new systems we need to get used to, but really enjoyed it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. That certainly helps out the channel. And please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Hit that notification bell and you'll be notified when we put out more vlogs. So that's all from me, and we'll see you on the next one.